Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today, Doku has yet another opinion. But before we start with that, a word from our sponsor, Goitcoin. Buy it, sell it, use it, abuse it. Goitcoin, the only cryptocurrency that truly matters. Doku, I believe you want to talk about cowards today.
Oh, there's always something to talk about, especially with the wonderful, wonderful website known as Twitter. It is an endless pool of
Shit.
entertainment, frustration, cringe. Call it what you want.
I was going with shit. I will be completely honest with you. That is a perfectly valid statement for exactly what it is.
I can't really disagree with that assessment. It is indeed a very shit platform.
hmm
I mean, let's be honest. In any social media platform that says they can choose to ban you or suspend you for no reason and they don't have to give you one, yeah, about that whole thing about being the new town square, bullshit.
yeah. Kind of suits, really, seeing as this is banter, rants, and bullshit. We are talking about Twitter automatically.
Well, it's fitting. It is indeed fitting. So, of course, we're referring to Dr. Harpine. For anybody who is not aware of the ongoing debate, uh, PhD Professor Emeritus, who I have a back and forth with on Twitter on a weekly basis. We come from two different sides of the political spectrum, to say the least.
Doku, I would just like to interrupt you. You forgot his most important rank total coward. Carry on.
So, so I didn't banter with him for a couple of days. I think he. Do you think he missed me, Jensen?
It sounds like he missed you. I reckon he's sitting there. He's not talking to me. Oh, God. He's back. Yay. I'm going to send him messages. Oh, my God. He's in love with you. I've worked it out.
Dude, he went out of his way to fucking quote tweet my pinned tweet just to get a fucking debate going again. It's like, damn, dude. But anyways, I'll take the compliment.
Yeah.
So I find myself annoyed about a few things. The first one is how the left is constantly hanging on to this January 6th narrative. And they're using it to create a gaslight and a straw man. This is what annoys me. I have never once, and if I'm wrong, Jensen, do correct me. But I have never once actually defended the January 6th protesters, rioters, insurrectionists, call them what you want. I've never defended them. I actually think they're complete morons for this specific reason. You're giving the left an excuse to blanket, broad brushstroke, blanket the entire right, Trump supporting nationalist populist movement as violent terrorist insurrectionists, this or that. That was stupid in my opinion. It was dumb.
Yes.
The other thing that annoys me though is when you try to say all this stuff like, oh, violent insurrection, they're storming the Capitol. Cops let them in. We saw who broke down the windows. They were dressed in all black. We know who dresses in all black. And you say, oh, Trump said you got to fight for this and that. Yeah, but they conveniently ignore that Trump also said be peaceful, respect Capitol Police, and then once things got out of hand, told them to go home. We can find the tweets. Twitter deleted them. They deleted the fucking video, claiming it was an incitement to violence. You mean telling people to not be violent and go home is now an incitement to violence? This is why the January 6th protesters are so stupid.
Yeah.
You gave the left an ability to strawman and gaslight the rest of the country, people who aren't fucking paying attention, to think that this was some sort of violent insurrection. But they won't mention those tweets from Trump telling people to respect Capitol Police and go home and don't riot, be peaceful. They'll ignore all of that. They'll also ignore the fact that Nancy Pelosi wanted to get crewman machine guns. For those of you that don't know, that's not just an M249. That's a freaking 50 cal with from the National Guard on the streets in fucking Washington D.C. Like, I don't know, maybe that might lead to some collateral damage, or maybe a stray bullet or some shrapnel might hurt some innocent civilians. Maybe one of those bullets goes through a freaking brick wall and damages people's private property. Yeah, let's just ignore that. Let's just fucking go full martial law here. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's ignore that.
I
Absolutely ridiculous.
just want to interrupt you and point out, no, Falcon, I'm not a teenage girl. I'm far older than that. I'm in my 30s. I'm a 30-year-old woman. Thank you. Carry on.
But yeah, they love to bring this up because they were that desperate for a boogeyman to the point where even Mayor Bowser, we know this, she told the Capitol Police to stand down. Why do you think they let them into the fucking building? We have video of this. We've seen them. Like, there's a bunch of freaking people meandering around, and one idiot in a freaking fur hat carrying a fucking flag. They, oh no, they're so violent. They sat on Nancy Pelosi's desk and put their feet up on the desk, and they stole a laptop, and yeah, they're violent. Oh, they killed a Capitol police officer. Still going with that fucking bullshit narrative. No, they didn't. Dude died of a freaking stroke a day later.
Yep. From Falcon, M240Bs are their area weapons. Can't argue.
Nah, can't argue with that either. But when you say crewman machine guns, you're alluding to it takes at least two people. That would be a 50 cal.
True.
But I digress. So the other thing that annoys me about this is, okay, the left is going to sit there and go with the January 6th insurrection narrative, blah, blah, which I stand by my statement. I haven't defended them. I think they're idiots. They gave the left more than enough of an excuse to gaslight and strawman. Dumb, and I must repeat, dumb.
Mm-hmm.
But they also ignore the fact that you guys think that Antifa is just an idea or a myth while they've been burning down cities for the better part of a year. But no, that's not the same. It's not the same. Oh, you mean trying to lock people inside a police precinct or lock people inside a courthouse and then set it on fire with people still inside, alive and breathing, intentionally, knowing exactly what you're doing? Oh, but it's not the same. They didn't try to storm the Capitol. Well, they didn't try to lock the members of Congress inside and light the fucking Capitol building on fire now, did they? Which one do you think is worse? I would like to know.
Fair.
And
Can't argue here.
just throwing that out there. We already know that some of the BLM riots have resulted in somebody dying because they were trapped inside of a building that got lit on fire. They found the charred body. I believe that was in Minneapolis.
Possibly. From Falcon, Doku, both are crew served weapons. I'll stop now.
I didn't think the M249 was crew served. I thought it was a one man light assault weapon. I don't know. I could be wrong. Don't quote me. But yeah, and as soon as you bring that up, like you guys have been defending people who are doing exactly what Auntie Maxine Waters says. You go out there and you form a crowd and you let them know they're not welcome here. You've been calling for that for 4 fucking years. You've been ignoring the fact that far left extremist groups like Antifa and the more extreme elements of Black Lives Matter have been burning down cities, rioting, looting, killing people, whether it's intentional or unintentional. This shit's been going on for a year, and you've been making excuses for it. Trump tries to offer help, and you fucking, like in the case of Seattle and Portland, completely turns it down. Never declared martial law. So much for being a dictator, I guess. So he eventually had to get the fucking U.S. Marshals to deputize fucking sheriffs just so they could do their damn jobs, because the fucking mayors and the police deputies of these fucking cities won't let the police arrest people who are trying to fucking lock them in a building and light them on fire.
Doku, the meme I posted you know the one I mean, that I've just, that I posted you recently. Do put that in the background, because I think that would be a funny thing for people to see, don't you?
Oh, yes. Just give me a moment. I'll pull this up.
No problem, sir. I just think, it's a good thing to have in the background for people to have a fit over, because it says everything that needs to be said, I feel.
Yep, just one brief moment here.
Yep.
And
M249 SAW is, according to Falcon. And there we
okay.
go. Mm-hmm. That says everything that needs to be said. I'm not trying to suggest that Biden is not necessarily efficient as a president, but when that meme was created, it says everything that needs to be said, in my less than humble opinion.
It does. I still can't stand Bolton sitting there, though, behind Trump with that. I can't stand that guy. Anyways, so it annoys me when the left is, oh, but January 6th. Still less damage done than one fucking night in Portland, Minneapolis, Seattle, New York, Austin, Chicago. We can name a plenty. I mean, Dallas, like San Francisco just last week. Hey, oh, these cities are fine. There's no problem. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you okay? If that's what you think, you can live in Candyland all you fucking want. the fact of the matter is, am I going to make excuses for the idiots on January 6th? No, they're idiots. They were dumb. What they did was stupid. Having a protest, that's fine. And I know it was a handful of people that did the whole storm the Capitol thing, and out of that handful of people, I would argue that the majority of them are probably just wandering around meandering because the cops let them fucking in the building. They probably didn't think they were doing anything wrong.
No.
So yeah, you have a handful of agitators that the left is hyper focusing on, and we don't even know if these people are actually Trump supporters or not. Because I guarantee you, I've not seen any video. If somebody can find video for me of Trump supporters wearing all black with face masks, breaking windows, find me that video. I would like to see it. But
Agree.
from what I can tell, Trump supporters are the guys that are running around waving American flags, wearing red hats, and generally opposing the people that are wearing all black, trying to burn American flags.
Yeah.
Which brings me to my second point. This is one that actually really annoyed me with Harpine. According to him, he comes from a long line of anti-fascists. Granddad fought in World War II. Uncle was killed in Belgium by Nazis. Someone else he'd killed or wounded by a Nazi submarine. Trying to equate World War II veterans, soldiers who fought against Nazi Germany, Mussolini's Italy, and imperialist Japan, trying to equate them to Antifa, these people that are running around burning cities, trying to push Marxism and anarchism, burning the American flag in the street, trying to burn down federal courthouses, trying to attack anybody that they deem is not, including liberals get the bullet too. Don't forget, they say that as well. They don't like liberals either. They're not your ally. They're not your friends.
No.
But trying to assault them, beating them over the head with fucking wrenches, throwing milkshake cups with quick dry cement, quickcrete in them, giving people brain contusions. In some cases, actually shooting people, supporting groups like BLM who riot, who burn down cities, kill people, who actively go after the police, try to kill them, police that have actually done nothing wrong. Like, not even that they stop them, like approach a parked cop car and then load a couple rounds into the chest of the two people sitting inside. Yeah, that group. Trying to compare World War II vets who put their lives on the line, who fucking sacrificed everything to defend America and defend the American flag and its allies, to a group that burns it down and actively tries to kill American citizens for political views and opinions they don't like. That to me is fucking insulting and disgusting. It's shameful.
Yeah.
I can't stand that.
I'm just going to say it, and I realise that people aren't going to like what I say. Oh, no, that's right, I don't care. The soldiers back in the World War II era would look at what this world has become. I'm not saying they'd be spinning in their graves. As corpses, they would be vomiting in horror at how bad this world has become, in my less than humble opinion.
And that's the thing. If you look at the soldiers that fought in World War II, if they saw what Antifa and BLM was doing right now, they would not be on your side. They would not be on the side of the leftists. They would not be on the side of Humpty Dumpty Nadler, fucking I'm Joe Biden's husband, fucking President of the United States, Joe Biden. They wouldn't be supporting Nancy Pelosi or Maxine Waters. They wouldn't be supporting the squad. They would be openly against them. Probably more so than we are today because they actually have fucking balls.
Yeah.
But yeah, that whole thing of like, oh, my grandparents fought in World War II. They were anti-fascist. They were Antifa. No, they weren't. They were Americans. They weren't Antifa. They weren't BLM. They weren't these groups of fucking roaming idiots who have a freaking gender studies degree trying to beat the crap out of anybody they see in a red fucking hat. Oh, by the way, whoops, that wasn't even a MAGA hat. That was somebody wearing my local sports team's hat. That's how unhinged and ridiculous these people are. And they sure as shit wouldn't be supporting the Justice Department who fucking arrest these people and then turn around and drop all the charges and let them go free, only to turn around and do the same fucking shit the next day.
Yeah.
So when it comes to this whole January 6th, all the Republicans are violent terrorists and traitors and they all need to be locked up. It's not even projection or a straw man at this point in time. You either have to be stupid or you have to be intentionally ignorant. Because the only other option is the fact that you're fucking flat out lying. Like, you either support domestic terrorism or you don't. So you can't sit there and say what you want about January 6th while completely ignoring Antifa and BLM. And of course they'll say, "Well, you're just trying to change the subject. It's just the both sides and this that." It's like, no, it's not both sides, because I know there's plenty of liberals out there with a brain who would look at what Antifa and BLM is doing and won't fucking support them either. The same way that I won't support January 6th. I I don't need to fucking sit there and agree with every damn thing. Like, this political idea, this ideology is a fucking monolith. There's plenty of shit that Trump did that I didn't like, that I didn't support, and I called him out for it. The difference between the moderates and the conservatives, as far as what the regressive left does, we're willing to call out our own side for bullshit. We don't need to fucking believe all the same things. We don't need to be a fucking monolith. We're actually willing to do that. What the left does is fucking tries to point the finger and project and do a bunch of whataboutisms and say no you as soon as you point out their fucking hypocrisy. Oh, you're trying to change the subject. You've been changing the subject for the past 4 fucking years. I don't want to hear it. You don't have a fucking leg to stand on. If you even try to go down the line of that argument, only thing you're proving is that you're either A, a liar, B, stupid, C, ignorant, a combination of the first three, and also you have no fucking dignity. That's the thing that's another thing that annoys me about the modern day regressive left. They have no fucking dignity. They don't play by the rules, which is why they keep fucking winning, because the Republicans are fucking spineless. And yes, I'll call out the Republicans for being spineless as well. They won't stand up to these idiots, even though it should be damn fucking easy. Why? Because they're afraid of outrage mobs on Twitter, or they're afraid of fucking Bank of America or Amazon saying some mean words about them. Fuck them. Grow a fucking spine. If you can't do the job, if you can't stand up for your fucking constituents and stand up for what you believe in the face of these freaking Looney Tune, moronic, spiteful fucking idiot children running around doing stupid shit, burning down cities, trying to fucking dox people, trying to get them fired, actively going after you, trying to get you and your family targeted by outrage mobs. If you're not willing to do that, move over and let somebody else take that job who's actually willing to fucking do it, because clearly you're not doing any good. What's the saying? If you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen. Well, clearly half of the fucking Republican Party can't handle the fucking heat. They need to get the fuck out. Move over. Let somebody else do the fucking job if you're not willing to. Because right now, they're just bending over to the left, the same left that runs cover and tries to obfuscate what the fucking regressive left is actually doing. And then they turn around and sit there and try to blame Republicans. Bull fucking shit.
Here's a term for you. Take the lead or clear the way. I think that describes it perfectly.
No, that actually is a perfect saying to describe what's going on. And that's the thing, though. It annoys me. It really does annoy me, because you look at what the right is doing, or more specifically, what they're not doing.
Yeah.
Like, you might have a handful here and there. To be blunt, I'll actually criticize Trump on this one.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to a lot of these cities, he should have opened a fucking investigation to every DA, every judge who had these violent rioters, who've committed arson, who've attempted murder, in my opinion, trying to lock people inside buildings and light them on fire. That's attempted fucking murder. Every single DA, every single judge that dropped these charges, they need to have an investigation open into them. Get them off the bench. Get them out.
One moment. From Shirati. Doku, tell us how you really feel.
Oh, I could start cursing, but I just can't be bothered at the moment.
Fair.
But no, in my opinion, Donald Trump's response to the far regressive left, the violent element of it, was weak. Very fucking weak. There's no reason these people should have been on the streets a day after them trying to light a building on fire, shooting someone, attacking someone, stabbing someone, hitting them over the head with something, throwing something at someone. They should not have been on the street a single fucking second after those fucking wrists went in handcuffs. And any judge and DA that tried to pardon them or drop the charges, they should be investigated, and then their ass should be in handcuffs.
Yeah.
Because this is what the left is calling for in regards to the January 6th riot, and they're not even as guilty of committing acts of violence like the fucking left is. Was there a single person killed on January 6th? Oh yeah, that's right. There was one, an unarmed civilian who was an Air Force vet who got shot by Capitol Police. Everybody else died of natural causes. There was not a single murder or homicide or loss of life due to intentional action, except for Ashley Babbitt.
Yep.
Now look at what the left has been doing. But those people, they walk free. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the right's a bunch of violent insurrectionists and terrorists. Oh, fuck off. You do not have a leg to stand on. Trying to make that argument means you are a liar, you have no dignity, you have no honor, and to be blunt, in my opinion, you're fucking scum.
Just like to do a little bit of reading for you from Carl. First of all, hey dude, good morning. And who would have investigated the DAs? Bill Barr? Lol.
Oh
That's actually a
god,
fair statement.
don't get me started on that one.
And from Sharati, as Trump said it himself, he's not a politician. He didn't know what he was doing. Not to mention, he was a New York Democrat.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing people don't remember. Trump has been a business Democrat for the majority of his fucking life.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, he's not a Republican. He never has been. Hence why I don't like some of Trump's ideas when it comes to monetary policy and also some of his ideas on gun laws and gun control.
Yeah. In all fairness, though, I mean, how am I going to put this? All right. Did Trump do the right thing? No. Was there a right thing for him to do? No. Because no matter what he did, he was going to get crapped on by the other side. By doing something, he'd have got crapped on. By not doing something, he'd have got crapped on. Guess what? He was going to get crapped on no matter what. He basically had to decide, did he want to be screwed over by these people for doing or screwed over for not doing? And he chose, unfortunately, to be screwed over for not doing.
Oh, and that's the thing, and I believe I've said this before on streams in the past, in regards to what was going on in Minneapolis, Portland, Seattle. I think the reason him not taking any direct action, and the reason that the left was, or the mayors and the chief of police in these cities, the reason that they weren't having major crackdowns on these rioters, these protesters, is because they wanted Trump to step in and do something, so they could turn around and point and be like, "Look, he's a dictator. He's an evil fascist." And the fact that Trump did it, it's like, okay, fuck it. I'm just gonna let the cities burn. Yeah. And again, it's one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't situations. Because obviously, you're gonna have, if you take action, obviously it's gonna be 24/7 news cycle. Trump ignores states' rights and rights of the mayors and the governors, and mobilizes the military to use against citizens. Blah 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 blah. That would be 24/7 news. We would still be fucking hearing about it. The fact that he didn't, you have people like me sitting here going like, you didn't do anything about this. And guess what? They didn't fucking stop. You didn't solve the problem. You didn't fix it. Why? Because it was an election year. So yeah, I am very hypercritical about that. But again, it's you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. So one rational thinking people would assume that you would look and go, hey, look, Trump didn't do anything. He's clearly not a dictator. He's clearly not acting as a dictator. The mayors and the governors of these cities also didn't do anything. They're letting the cities burn, and their citizens, the people they're supposed to be representing, are suffering because of it.
Right.
Whose fault do you think that is?
Question time. I realise different country, blah, blah, blah. I'm just saving time and effort putting it that way. But America declared Antifa as terrorists, and yet they basically did absolutely bugger all to go in and clear them up. Now, I don't know how it works for you guys. Things may be different, and I accept this completely. But over here, if someone is considered a terrorist, theoretically, we can go in and basically arrest them no matter what. Am I maybe misunderstanding how you guys see terrorists?
No, you're not misunderstanding it. And the thing is, we did. The problem is that the FBI and the DOJ have become politicized. Justice is no longer blind in this country, and the charges got dropped, and they let these people go.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Okay. Look, how am I going to put this? It shouldn't matter. It really shouldn't. If they're considered terrorists, doesn't that become a federal thing? And therefore, they can drop the charges as much as they like. The federal government drag them in front of the courts and treat them as terrorists.
It was federal judges that actually dropped the charges.
Oh,
Yeah, they were on.
wow.
So originally they had been arrested and let go because that was the order of the state judges. When Trump decided to deputize the police forces and give them essentially federal authority, they started arresting these people. But then federal judges and prosecutors decided to drop the charges. So yeah, the there's a lot of snakes and they're very long.
I'm just going to ask, okay, how the bloody hell does the commander in chief not have the ability to turn around and go prosecute these people? End statement. I don't understand that. So perhaps you can explain it to me. Because, he is supposed to be the commander in chief, the boss, the top guy, yada, yada, yada. Hell, you guys had a war to get rid of my side because you didn't want a ruling leader, you want an elected leader, and now you're ignoring your elected leader. How's that work again?
Well, because we have separation of powers, he doesn't have the ability to prosecute. He does have the ability to pardon. So without declaring martial law, it does fall on federal prosecutors and the Department of Justice to actually move forward with that. Unfortunately, because our previous we'll call him Black Jesus decided to stack the courts with a bunch of political activists first, judge second, they all dropped the charges because they're running cover for their own side. They serve a purpose.
Okay. And I agree, Shirati, it's not a monarchy. Otherwise, you guys would actually been able to do something useful rather than end up with, well, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. I do. I know it doesn't sound like it, but I do genuinely feel bad for you guys to be stuck with that. But what am I supposed to say? Okay. I can sit there and say, you guys could do this, but you won't. You guys could do this, but you won't. So what am I supposed to do? Feel bad for you? Why? You're not willing to look after yourself. I mean, good God, back in World War II, America was scary. Nowadays, even France bitch slaps your presidency. I mean, good freaking God, the French.
It's
That,
actually worse.
oh God, no.
It,
How?
Macron Macron is one thing. When you
Hmm.
have Trudeau,
Yeah, fair point.
when you have Trudeau looking at you like a fucking joke, that's a thing. That's a thing.
Well, perhaps it explains why it is the rest of the world literally couldn't give a shit about what America says nowadays. This isn't against America. I really need to stress this. This is against the person you've currently stuck with as your president. Okay, simple as that.
Yeah, it again, we're right now we're a joke. And
Hmm.
I agree with Sticks on this assessment. Joe is actually more damaging to the Democratic Party than they realized.
Yeah.
Like, Joe, the reason they haven't gotten rid of him is because they don't know how. I mean, you could make the
Yeah.
argument, sure, you could enact the 25th. Yeah, but there's a group there's some infighting going on in the Democratic Party. There's a vying for power. So right now, Joe is actually a useful placeholder for all of them. So no one group wants to get rid of Joe until they're positioned in such a way that they can take advantage of the power vacuum. Right now, they can't. So they're keeping him in power until one side gets the leg up.
One moment. From Shirati, Trudeau is putting people in concentration camps. I actually feel for the Canadians. Is this true?
Yeah, I have heard or seen some of those stories about
Hmm.
involuntary vacation in hotels, shall we say?
Yeah, well, like I said, At one point, America was scary. Nowadays, well, you got to have something between Canada and Mexico, haven't you? Sorry, I know, but that's what you guys have become. Please go back to being worth the effort, or pull yourself away from the rest of the world and just go, hey, go for it, Russia. It's all yours. Congratulations on having a donut. I knew you was going to have a donut, Ms. Murder. Ah.
And as much as I hate to admit this,
Mm-hmm.
it will be 4 years of I told you so. And as my dad would often say, every generation needs their own Jimmy Carter.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? There's going to be a lot of people my age and younger who don't know jack shit about politics outside of what they hear on fucking TikTok, who see a bunch of people marching and hear a bunch of like, this is bad, this is good, and they just jump on the fucking bandwagon without knowing a goddamn thing of what they're doing. And you know what? Let them drive it into the ground. Let them destroy it. Let them burn it. Let them suffer because it's the only way they're gonna fucking learn.
I'm okay with that.
Unfortunately, this goes for people older as well who should be educated, like Dr. Harpine, who will sit there and bitch and complain about Trump and Trump supporters in January 6th until the fucking cows come home. And he'll completely ignore the fact that the country is crumbling around him, not because of Trump, but because of the person that he helped elect and get put into office. Why? Because he's blinded by tribalism. He just immediately assumes all Democrats good, all Republicans bad.
Yeah.
And I'll admit, there was a point in time where I actually had the same mindset. I just assumed everybody with an R next to their name had a certain belief set. Well, that is wrong as well, because I guarantee you, there are just as many people with an R next to their name as there are with a D next to their name who do not give a shit about the country, do not give a shit about their constituents or the people they represent, and they do not give a shit about you. They don't give a shit about me. The only thing they care about is their personal power, their personal profit, and the people who support them, which are all yeah, the ruling elite billionaire, millionaire class who essentially are corporatist and globalists because they support them. That's how they maintain power. That's how they maintain profit. That's how they get their they get their special privileges.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm just chuckling at something Miss Murderer said. Please talk to Liz. We want to move back home. No, you want to be adults. You want to be treated as, adults. Go ahead. This is why England is not having you back. Deal with Biden, and maybe we can talk about it.
Yeah,
Just
good luck with that.
Yeah. Is what it is. Well, any other troubles in Twitter land that you want to talk about?
No, actually, Dr. Harpine has actually gone silent, specifically after I had, well,
Sorry.
I had made the two comments of the first one being, I never defended the January 6th rioters. I'm also not going to let you off the hook for what the left has allowed over the past year, because I'm sorry, that's not the way this works.
Mm-hmm.
It's not changing the subject. It's not whataboutism. It's people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. And the other thing I mentioned. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Shirati, I understand, but at some point you may as well come back to us. Just accept what you are. You're just a colonial. Carry on, mate. I'm going to get shot for that.
But no, the other he stopped responding to me specifically after this one, equating or trying to equate World War II vets who fought and died for the flag to Antifa, who actively burns the flag and attacks innocent civilians. In my opinion, is extremely disrespectful.
Yeah.
Which, oh, by the way, I could bring up the fact that I have World War II vets in my family as well. As a matter of fact, on my dad's side, almost every single member of my family served in the military. I'm one of two, or no, sorry, I'm one of three that I know of who hasn't. Not for lack of trying, but because I got in trouble as a kid and they wouldn't take me. So it is what it is. But yeah, my whole family is military background, so I don't want to hear this. I come from a long line of anti-fascists. My granddad fought in World War II. My uncle fought in World War II. My other uncle fought. Yeah, so did mine. Not the fucking point.
From Ms. Murder, actually, the students coming into uni this year are apparently more right wing than World War II generation. And from Laszlo, I'll come back to England when they allow something like the Second Amendment, I agree, and remove that cancer that is the Queen and the Royals. Nice idea, but, you got Biden. Who's worse? I know the answer to that, and so do you.
I know the answer, but it doesn't mean I'm going to say it.
Yep.
And the president of South Africa. I just sent the president of South Africa. Shut up, Joe.
It says it all. Like I said to you earlier, okay, we used to make this joke with memes of shut the fuck up memes. Nowadays, it's shut the fuck up Joe. Literally, Joe has become the memes of destruction. Wow. Just wow. I don't know what to say with that one. And by the way, Laszlo, that was nothing against you guys, but seriously, you are stuck with somebody that is so bad. You make the royals that we don't want to talk about look good. Get rid of him and literally get anyone in, because I can guarantee no matter who they get, apart from Hillary, the bang, oh, I'm dead. Right, no, apart from Hillary, you guys can't really fail to get someone better than Joe, can you?
You have a point.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Though then again, I mean, saying that,
I mean, at
apparently,
this point in time, I wouldn't mind Kamala by comparison, and I hate to admit that. I really,
yeah, but
really hate to admit that.
screwing up really badly, isn't she? Okay,
And
refusing to go down to the border and then laughing about it, for God's sake.
see, this is the problem with Kamala. It
Hmm.
she knows she's bitten off more than she can chew,
Yeah.
and to be perfectly blunt, I don't think she wants the position that she currently has, and I don't think she wants the presidency either. That's the reason she knows she's screwed. Like, it would be. This is the reason that they're not, or at least for her, she probably doesn't want to get rid of Joe, in my opinion, right now, because she would inherit a lot of problems, and she doesn't have any solutions. The only thing she can do is do everything she's done up until this point. Go on a talk show, go on a media show, go on some news interview, and kind of laugh and chuckle and try to not take any responsibility because she doesn't have any solutions and she's going to take all the blame.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm sure she's aware of that.
Yeah. It's sad to say, but you are probably right. But hey, think of it this way: she'll be the first female person of color. But you had Obama, and let's be fair, that guy's a total pussy, so he's most definitely the first female person of color.
You said it, not me.
I did. Now tell me I'm wrong. Yeah, that's what
I'm going to choose to do no such thing.
I thought.
Although, actually, no, I will give you a little bit of pushback.
Mm-hmm.
That guy dropped more bombs than any other U.S. president in a non-warfare environment. I don't exactly know if he was a pussy.
Dude, he was having his PMT. They weren't bombs. They were expressions of how irritated she was feeling. I agree with Shirati. Obama was a pussy. I completely agree with you, Jan.
Well, I guess technically he did drop those bombs using mostly drones, so.
Mm-hmm. I was saying that. Did you? There out there. There are images of U.S. fighters and on the missiles and bombs they have the trans flags and the pride flags. Have you seen that?
No, I mean I've heard about it, but I haven't actually seen it.
Oh God, I've seen them. They're oh, they're bad. Okay, now are they basically saying that we're going to launch trans missiles at you, or are they saying that we want to explode trans people by putting the flags on the missiles? I don't know which one it is, and I'm fairly certain it's going to offend somebody.
I sexually identify as a 500-pound JDAM.
That means I'm going to have to paint a pattern on you to suggest, the gay flag. That's not good, dude. Just saying.
Sexually identify as a laser-guided precision munition.
Now that's kinky. Stop it.
It was supposed to be a meme, but they're making it real. Why?
Just
Oh,
because. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I agree with you, mate. It honestly, it does appear to be that the left are looking at memes as this is obviously what they mean as plans.
I, I don't even know what to say. Just we live in clown world. It's Candyland, and the unicorns have taken over.
But they're only trying to do the right thing, give up. That's all
I
they're doing. Yeah. Yeah. The sadness says everything, doesn't it, really? But, is what it is.
it's it's quite disturbing the state of affairs that we have found ourselves in.
Yeah. You may well be right, Charati. It does make them easily spotted. That could well be the thought. It really could, which is disturbing.
Oh man, you know it's gonna really piss off a lot of traditional Muslims if they know that they're they're getting bombed by fucking bombs that have a trans and gay flag painted on them.
That will be something, won't it?
That's adding insult to injury.
Yeah. Apparently, they actually deny the fact that they actually have gay or trans over there. And if you do know of any, apparently the leaders would actually like to have their addresses so they can go and visit them.
You know, speaking of that, you brought up another topic that I find disturbing, and I haven't heard MC talk about it yet. So, did you hear that Joe Biden, or I don't know if it's Joe Biden specifically, but the powers that be that are currently residing in Capitol Hill want friends and family members to report people they might
Oh,
know for being quote quote radicalized.
yeah. They're they're doing what Scotland is doing. Do you
Hmm.
remember me mentioning this about Scotland doing it and me saying it's going to come over to America and then me being told, no, it's not. We're not like that.
That's exactly why I
Sure,
wanted to bring it up.
sure. Just saying, it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. Oh, look, it's happening. Perhaps just, I realize I do count as a little extreme at times, but maybe you want to listen to one or two of the things and go, could it happen? But hey, it happens.
Well, I believe I agreed with you.
Yeah, you did. Here we go. Hello, Sharati.
Hello, boys.
Hello, Sharati.
Yeah. Painting rainbow shit on bombs. Yeah, that sounds like an excellent idea. Let's just mark everything with rainbow so we can shoot it out of the fucking sky before it gets to where it needs to be.
No, it's got rainbows on it so people won't see them. They'll get confused thinking it's a real rainbow and that the unicorns are coming to see us.
Since you're here, Sharadi, I'm going to mute and walk away for a minute. Please share your opinions about our topics of conversation.
Oh, I only have a few.
No, no. What really? You have an opinion? When has that ever happened? Not in this universe. It really hasn't. After you, dear.
Oh, no, it's just especially this trans bullshit. Especially lately, and to quote Mr. Tom McDonald, which thank you so much, Dodge, for introducing him to me. His
Yeah.
latest video, the Snowflakes one, where he says, let's let men beat some women with this whole entering the men into the women's sports bullshit.
Mhm.
Yes. Trans need their own fucking sports.
Yes. Yes.
Don't paint trans flags on our military shit. Military does not need to be quoting Ibram X. Kendi. Holy fuck. That does not need to be in military reading. That's just brainwashing at its finest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I fucking hate stupid people. I hate liars, and that's why I hate politicians so fucking much.
Yeah.
Because they're a mixture of the both.
Yeah. I agree completely. Oh dear, it's fun though, isn't it? And we can
Fun?
take the
Fun? Do you actually want to live in this country at all? I mean, before it might have been fun, but now, right now, no. I have watched Asians literally say, no, I lived through Kim Jong Un going through the revolution. I lived through Mao going through his revolution. And they're saying, no, right now they're pushing the Kim revolution, the Maoist revolution on America using the same language. I'm like, no, fuck that noise. I don't want this shit in my country. America is the land of the free, the home of the brave. We are supposed to have liberty and freedom. Fuck off with your socialist revolution. I don't want communism in my country.
and I agree with you. Based on your land of the free thing, just remember what Doku's saying, how apparently now you're supposed to grass on your various neighbors and family members and report
No,
them in. So, land of the free, was that? I'm sorry,
no,
do
that's
we have
what
a
the
different?
president said. That's
Yeah,
what the
true,
president said we're supposed to do. We do not have to honor every word that the president says.
true, true, good.
He asked the people to rat out their friends, their families, their neighbors. Yeah, fuck off with that nonsense. That sleepy Joe Biden can get put to bed for all I care. I don't, for that matter.
Yeah. Do you know something though, hon? Okay, and I'm gonna again probably get in trouble with this. No, I don't care. I seem to have vague memories about a time back in the mid to late 30s, as in 1930s, where there was a power in Europe that liked to get people to grass on their neighbours. I can't remember what it was called. I just, I just have memories of it. Can you remind me of it, maybe?
Oh, you know what? You can fuck right off. I'm not going to deal with your bullshit and bring up anything that has to do with any Revolutionary War, not Revolutionary War. God damn you. You and MC and your fucking wars have me all mixed up, especially with listening to him recently.
Fair. And in case anyone watching might be thinking, I wonder what he means. I mean World War II. I mean the Nazis. No, I
And the
don't
Jews.
care. Yeah,
Where's
I
Penguins?
the
don't
Jews
care.
hiding?
Hmm.
Penguins? Penguins, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
speaking of penguins,
Oh, yeah,
did
actually, I
both
would
you
like to say
get.
thank you. I would like to say thank you for that picture. That is outstanding. Thank you very much.
Yes, I sent it to you, Doku, and MC.
Yep.
Yep, I did see that.
Hmm.
Very appropriate.
Yep.
And also,
I
Jensen,
thought
I
so.
would like to point out it wasn't just brown shirts and Gestapos and SS doing that, but this also happened under Lenin and Stalin's communist Russia.
No. But the communists, they were wonderful people.
Yeah, it
How
happened
could
in
you?
the 60s and 70s in the US too.
Yeah. And you got no. I'm sorry. As the only non-American, I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to get shouted at for it, but it's worth it. Are you guys ever going to actually learn from the mistakes that you yourselves are making? By your own explanation, by your own description, it's already happened in America, and yet you're doing it again. Come on, guys.
Jensen,
Okay.
I need to point something out to you.
Yeah.
Even when I was in fucking high school, Hot Topic was selling Che Guevara shirts. That should tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so bad. It really is.
It's not my fault that the education system has selectively altered history and managed to brainwash an entire generation to thinking that Che Guevara was some sort of uh,
It was the
liberator for the people.
anti-culture.
Sure.
Yeah, Che Guevara, a beautiful liberator of the people who cared so much about the working class, who also murdered thousands of them and also murdered gays.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, real inclusive and tolerant. Yeah, that's your fucking hero. Like, good God. But this is the generation. This is my generation. They don't even fucking know what the hell it is they're talking about. And again,
Speaking.
going back to Harpine, even the older generation can't figure out what the fuck they're talking about because still, according to them, Donald Trump is Hitler. And
Oh, you want to speak about a fucking Hitler, Ilhan Omar? I want to rip her goddamn headdress off and wrap it around her face.
oh, Sharadi, I'm gonna read a quote tweet to you that was sent to me by Harpine just an hour ago.
God.
I come from a long line of violent hashtag Antifa, parentheses, anti-fascist, in parentheses. My father, 2 battle stars in World War II. My uncle, killed by fascists in Belgium in 1944. Father-in-law, permanently disabled by a fascist submarine. Is Trump better than Hitler? No. He was just too stupid to pull it off. That's how these idiots think.
Hold on. Do you want to read that last part again? No,
Is
I'm
Tr-
serious.
is Trump better than Hitler? No. He was too stupid to pull it off.
Harpine. Oh, ah. Now I have somebody I want to kill. Mentally, not physically, because physically would just be permanent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll send
And
you
now
the
I need wine.
I'll send you. Let's see. Copy link. I'll drop this to you in a DM on Discord. Just so you can see. I'm actually not. I'm not bullshitting you. I'm not.
Oh, you've been talking about Harpine for a while. I believe
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. No. There you go. You have it. You have it in DMs. Jensen, I'll drop it to you as well.
Thank you very
And
much.
just because I will go ahead and do this,
Mm-hmm.
just for the audience. There you go, audience.
1 sec. There we go. By the way, anybody that's actually listening, do follow Doku on Twitter. It's highly entertaining.
I fucking hate Twitter. It eats your brain alive.
I agree.
And also the obligatory statement, I do not condone harassment or dogpiling or doxing or any of the other things that are considered illegal or in poor taste. Please do not dogpile, dox, or harass people, blah, blah, blah. You know the drill.
English.
Because that's what the blue check marks are for.
Exactly.
Yeah, they do.
English better than this.
Yeah, they do a much better job at it than me, so. But I'll let that just sit there on the screen for a minute, just in case anybody thinks I'm making this up or trying to blow it out of proportion. There you go.
Yeah. thing is, okay, I'm just going to say this. You realize that technically Harpine is saying that Trump isn't like Hitler. He is literally going by accident. He is going against the entire thing that the leftists do. Oh my God, he may well get himself shut down by his own people.
Yeah, technically, by this statement right here, Harpin is saying Hitler was better than Trump.
Yes, exactly.
It's quite the hot take, I must
Mhm.
Well,
admit.
considering what Joe Biden and his watchers are doing, they're better at it than Trump ever could have been.
I mean, if you're coming from the perspective that you believe Trump was an actual fascist dictator, then yeah, Trump
No.
was actually worse than Hitler because he wasn't a fascist dictator. Shock.
Trump was an inept dictator who, as I said earlier, did not know what the fuck he was doing because he wasn't a politician and he was a New York Democrat.
Yep.
Part of the reason people actually voted for him is because we're sick and tired of fucking career politicians. I say this all the damn time. I do not trust somebody who gets a paycheck from my tax dollar telling me what I can and can't do through legislation backed up by use of force.
One of the only good things that Trump did was go, no, I don't think I want the check. I don't really need it.
Gotta like that. That's actually kind of cool, has to be stated.
Well, he's one of the few people that has ever served in the office of president who came away from his service worth less money than he was going in.
No, I'm going to word this for the other side now. But that makes him a worse person because he wasn't even able to make money. I mean, really?
Actually, he did.
Oh, hello, you just got a notification, mate. I think someone liked what you said.
Oh, let's go ahead and check that. Oh,
He's coming back. Here we go.
Is it Mr. Harpine again?
Oh, yes.
oh boy, now this is just peachy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my God.
I
Oh, my
really
God.
can't
Oh,
read
my
that
God. Oh,
because I
my God.
don't.
Oh, my... Okay, all right. I'm going to read this to you, hon. Listen carefully.
Mhm.
No, not Trump as Hitler. Hitler was much smarter than Trump. Hitler was a war hero and patriot. Hitler understood economics. Hitler worked, sans Twitter, in the wee hours of the morning. Hitler wrote his own book. Wow.
Trump wrote many books.
No. No. Hitler was a war hero and patriot. Is there any part of this that's making you think this guy is not only going to be shot by his own people, that they're likely to charge his family for the bullet?
Even the Germans hate Hitler. The mention of him.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to
Wow.
say to this. I really don't know what to say to this.
Tell
First of
him
all,
to talk to a German.
capture it, Doku. Do not allow it to be deleted. Capture that screen.
And then
Oh.
tell him to talk to a fucking German because the Germans don't allow for the mention of the name Hitler.
Yeah. This is now live for people to see exactly how much of a dumbass this guy is.
That's the first time
Holy.
I've actually ever heard you refer to him as a dumbass.
Yeah.
I mean, this is pretty bad. Like, let's be honest, this is pretty bad.
I don't
Where
have
the
words.
fuck did my wine cork go?
I don't know. If you're going to see out of one eye, you know where it is.
I know it's
seriously?
early, but I think I'm gonna have to grab a beer for this one. Give me a moment because this is
Yeah. He has got to be trolling. There is no freaking way that he means what he's saying there. Talk about he hates Trump so much, he's now supporting Hitler over Trump.
Huh.
Oh God, I'm
I'm
horrified.
I'm quite beside myself, to be honest. This is a gem.
Yeah, I don't know how you could lose. Apart from you sitting there agreeing with him, I don't actually know how you can lose this one, Doku. You now have this in a stream, and you are now a witness. You know, you have witnesses. Oh boy, oh boy, oh freaking boy.
And how the hell did he understand economics in the essence that killing a understandably small amount of people by comparison to the rest was going to give the country greater resources?
Apparently, well, because I mean, the whole point was that the reason he was doing what he was doing with the Jews is because it would allow him to destroy them, take their resources, and add it to the funds for Germany. At least that was
Uh-huh.
originally what they was going for. It became what it became because they quite literally just went completely insane with it. Yeah, that's all it is. As I've said to people before, all right, I'm not saying based on his actions, but how many people, to the best of your knowledge, did Adolf Hitler kill?
None besides himself and that's debatable.
Yep.
Unless you're counting World War One, and even that is there's no real talk about what he did in World War One.
Yeah. So yeah, do it. Just do it. Actually, I think what you want to put is, I need say no more. Retweet and just tweet.
I'm
You're probably gonna get booted from Twitter.
Yeah, but the other dude said it. You capitals on the R, so you might want to change that.
yeah, I'll fix that in a minute.
Okay.
I'm just gonna leave it right there.
Yeah.
What'd you quote?
No,
Or what'd you say?
he just put. Are you sure that this is what you want to go with? He's not wrong.
No. No,
And
not at all.
again, if you want to dig your own grave, by all means, be my guest. But
Here is a shovel gift.
like, are you sure? Because I don't know, man. I've made some hot takes before, but geez, that one is that's a 5 alarm spicy take right there.
Yeah.
That's again, I'm not really sure what to say to this. I are you trying to lose the argument intentionally? Like, do you think I'm did, is this saying that you have some sort of a warped view of me and what I believe and what my sympathies or lack thereof are? Because why would you say this, especially to someone like me? It,
It could be worse, dude. Could have said to MC. I just need you to think about that for a few seconds. And when you've finished
And
laughing your ass
MC
off.
would have sent the T-Rex that you sent to him the other day that you stole
Oh,
from me.
yes.
You little thief.
Yes, I did. And do I care? No. But
No.
again, thank you for that, hon. That was actually really quite awesome.
I am gonna DM this to MC.
Yep.
So I'm gonna stop sharing the screen real quick though,
Yep.
because
Yep. 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 I completely agree because he does need that just out of sheer. All yours, MC. Just go with it, buddy. Something tells me, Doku, you might want to prepare to be on MC's show because if he sees this, he may wish to speak to you. Okay?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
It
I
wouldn't be
said,
the first time.
I've
This is
seen
true.
some hot takes before, but wow, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
I don't know what to say.
yeah.
Apparently, Laszlo likes the savage Shar.
Yeah. I can tell you why.
Didn't everybody already know I was a bitch?
See, she admits it herself. But apparently, no, I'm guessing people thought you weren't necessarily that bad. You are. Okay. I'm not going to, you know, be nice about it. You can be an
Uh,
absolutely horrifying person. I love it. It's hilarious. The
well,
honesty
I'm a
is
savage,
fascinating.
brutal cunt when it comes down to it.
Hmm. Yeah.
And that's why a lot of people do not like me.
Yeah. Then again, all that matters is the people that do. Those that don't, who cares?
Aw, you're so sweet. Thank you.
That's
I'm
okay.
still not becoming British.
I'm working on it, tea drinker.
Yeah, only 'cause my doctor says I'm not allowed to drink coffee anymore. Fuck off.
See, even your doctor wants to turn you British. Oh, I should not be saying that. I almost feel bad saying that. I shouldn't have done it, but fuck it, it was worth it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stop it here to give the headphones a chance to recharge, ready for MC show. Is there anything else you would like to say, Sharati?
Uh, America is the land of the free and the home of the brave. The people who want to turn it into a communist country can fuck off. And we need to get Congress in terms like the president. Everybody who wants to be a lifer can get the fuck out of office right now.
Doku, do you have any final pieces of wisdom you would like to share with us?
Well, I would just like to give a word from our sponsor. That would be a Goid coin. Buy it, sell it, use it, and abuse it. Goid coin.
Thank
Kinky.
Thank you for that information. And I'll speak to you all later, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully, when MC does his stream, he'll see Doku's message beforehand and may possibly have an opinion. Won't that be fun? Until then, I'll see you all later, everyone. And don't forget, make sure that you follow Doku on Twitter and that you sub to MC because he does some awesome new stuff. See you all later, everyone. Bye bye.